Guys, deluded Guna Ospina. Now, Ospina said he's ready to stay and fight and wait for an opportunity. He's been here 3 years and he's waiting for an opportunity. I rate that. I like that. You'd want to hear that from any player. I like players that want to fight, that believe in themselves, whether I believe they're good enough or not. That's elite mentality. But I'm sorry, guys. You guys know my feelings on Ospina. Yeah, I'll give him that. He's typical South American in that he's a great shot stopper. He's decent despite his height, but he doesn't fill me with confidence. I believe a back four, especially a five, including the keeper, need to ooze confidence back forward. That's the only way to win a league. Again, guys, for you guys that keep getting in my comments and telling me I'm too defensive and I speak about defenders a lot, show me a side in England that has won the league without a stable back four. I didn't say not a bang average back four, because we've seen average defenders, but they played very good. I said show me where there has not been a solid back four or five. You show me that, I stand corrected. Ospina won't give us that. Ospina will not give us that. Yes, you can have your question marks over Czech and the near post, and that's all fine if you think we need a new keeper, but Ospina will never be good enough for this club to start if we want to have any realistic ambitions. I know we talk about wanting to win things all the time, like good shot stopper, poor from corners, throwing can be a bit so. Yeah, unorthodox saves sometimes where goals could be avoided. Doesn't feel anybody with confidence. He can be a bit erratic. And yeah, his contract was up in 2018. You thought he was a goner, like a certainty to go. We know that Benfica's been interested. A lot of clubs have been interested. Whether they've called their interest or not due to wages, fees, whatever, it remains to be seen. We know he's the cup goalie without a doubt. But it feels like this typical Arsenal thing of when pre-season's finished, you kind of forget about. I know Wenger. I'll give Wenger the credit. He's constantly in subliminal ways, and probably to the players, but subliminal ways in the media. In his own turn, he's reiterated, we can't forget what happened last year. We can't forget what happened last year. But I also think he contradicts himself to that degree, because I know pre-season everybody has to get a game, everybody has to get fitness. But it feels at times at face value, if you're doing things behind the scenes, fair enough. But at face value, what's changed? Like, it's still back to this whole kindergarten, under-8s football, everybody getting a chance, everybody getting what they could showcase. Do you not remember how crap Ospina was last year? Come on, man. And when you consider Szczesny's gone, yes, there's rumours Szczesny from the start made it clear he wanted to go to Juventus. That's all fine and dandy, but if you wanted to keep players like Alexis Sanchez, of course, they're two different players, two different situations, and the Szczesny business, I've spoken about it in depth. I don't want to go over it again. We know personal relationships were probably strained. For a football club trying to have any ambitions, I'd go with a keeper that in the Serie A was the top, held the most clean sheets, top goalkeeper, fighting the likes of Buffon over Ospina, where there's a number of comedy saves. Like he's a cup goalie at best. I'm not saying champs. He started him in champs and that annoyed me. Thank God we're not in champs on that regard. But yeah, man, like Carling Cup fine, FA Cup no. Yeah, you don't start no serious matches, and it's great that he wants to stay and fight. But I mean, this is what I mean by Arsenal not being ruthless. I mean, we've still got the dead. We're just seeing other clubs. Fair enough, City had all their boys, majority of them in the last years of contracts, but they're moving people on. They've moved Nolito one who's having no future. Jesus has moved on. Fernando's been moved on. A couple others will get moved on. Chelsea, I don't know if they wanted to keep Matic, but Matic is gone, and they're probably going to do the same in regards to moving people on. We need to clear the dead wood, because we're, a week or just over a week, 2 weeks from the season starting. Well, a week if you want to class the Carling Cup as Community Shield, as the season started. And we're going to go into it with the same old problems, the same old Alexis, Ozil, Ox, Wilshere nonsense, the same old defensive problems, not putting an emphasis on clean sheets this pre-season. We're talking about building from the back. Just the same old nonsense. Like, it's just gonna be more of the same old question marks over the deadwood. And I'm a big fan of going into this season with new hope. Not even new hope. Just not forget about it, because you need to use the pain of last season to fuel you. But you don't want to keep going over the same stuff that's gonna somewhat, at least until December. With January, the boys can talk to clubs if they want to talk to clubs, but at least until December, the speculation is going to continue. Like, it is going to play a part. These boys are very soft and fickle. You saw how much Wenger's future played on these players. Of course, a manager's future and a player like Alexis Sanchez is completely different, but the same. Because, I mean, from a manager's point of view, you don't really... Are you going to commit yourself? Like I said then, would you commit yourself if you don't know the manager's going to be next year? And a player, would you commit yourself if you know the manager's not going to be here? And, I mean, manager, you get what I mean? I'm not going to... Vice versa, you guys get it. But, yeah, like... It's just the same old nonsense. Like, he played down speculation, the links between the two, and I'm not just looking at Alexis Sanchez's problems, but say everything's going well and everything's going gravy, and people are like, yeah, I'm gonna sign a new contract, I'm gonna stay here, good times are here to last. When it gets to December and we mess up, people can jump ship. Like, why would your heart be in it if you're going through? I'm like, okay, let's just say we could say nobody tried against Palace and that whatever the fixtures where we were just getting smacked every week. We can say nobody tried, but could you imagine if that happened this year around the same time when Ozil and these players can literally skate off and agree fees contracts with overseas clubs? It would have been worse in my opinion. For me, you don't do these things if you love the club, and that's why I was a big fan of getting this stuff sorted before we came back from China or before China in the Asian tour. I was a big fan of Alexis. If he doesn't want to stay, and Ozil if he don't want to stay, we just need to move them on. Yes, it's going to hurt the two world-class players, and they walk into almost all squads in the world. Ozil, I love him, but yeah, man, there's love and then there's logic. For me, if you love your club and you've got your club's best intentions at heart, this a no-brainer. You sell Alexis and these players if they don't want to stay. Of course, you can say, yeah, we can keep him for a season. We don't need the money. What kind of nonsense is that? Like, I'm not going to go into that. I've said it in many videos. Guys, the Luda I'm signing out. I went slightly off course with this vid. Apologies, people. Just thought I'd bring in an additional vid. Like Ospina said, he wants to stay and fight. I like it, but yeah, man, that's all that's to be said. The Luda I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Comment, subscribe.